Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. A small plane register out of Darby crashes this morning, killing 2 people on board near San Diego.
Officials say the Cessna single-engine plane took off from Gillespie Field in Santee, California just before 7 this morning, but it crashed shortly after takeoff. The crash killed the pilot and lone passenger. 2 dogs that were on board survived the impact. They were taken to an animal hospital for treatment. Witnesses on the ground say they heard a loud noise before the small plane crashed in an industrial lot near that airport.
Some folks on the ground said they heard some kind of engine throttling, and the airplane made a turn, it looks like, and came back and was actually traveling eastbound when it lost power and landed here in the yard.
Officials from the Federal Aviation Administration are on the scene. This investigation will eventually be handled by the NTSB. MTN News is not releasing the name of the 2 people killed until authorities in California officially identify them.
If there's one thing Montanans congressmen are agreeing on this week is that the federally qualified community health centers play a crucial role in Montana's health care.
MTN's Augusta McDonald joins us live with more about the risk that thousands feel they're facing if federal funding is not authorized and what lawmakers are doing about it. Augusta.
Thanks, Jill. Dennis, yes, it was Red Alert Day today at Partnership Health Center as they continue to advocate for the passage of legislation that will reauthorize their federal funding. There's been a lot of concern since Congress failed to do so this fall, which is especially a big deal in Montana, where 10% of our population is served by community health centers like Partnership.
Support community health centers.
Employees wore red Tuesday to bring awareness to Thursday's congressional vote to reauthorize funding for community health centers. In Washington, D.C. this week, all 3 of Montana's representatives, Democrat John Tester and Republicans Greg Gianforte and Steve Daines, stood together to solidify their support for the CHIME Act that would ensure funding for CHCs and several other critical healthcare programs like the National Health Service Corps.
Without action, without Congress taking action, CHCs will lose 70% of their funding nationwide. Washington, D.C. needs to get this done.
At Partnership Health Center in Missoula, that means losing close to 11% of their operating budget. Progress slowed at Partnership while funding has been uncertain.
We are able or willing to expand programming, look at other sites. The community needs assessment came out relatively recently. There's lots of need in this community.
In Missoula County, about 15,000 people receive care through Partnership. 106,000 people in Montana go to CHCs for their care, and 7.9% of patients statewide are American Indian. 4,636 patients are veterans, and a majority percentage of federally qualified health centers serve people at or below the poverty level.
The thing that we do here is really focus on health and well-being from a holistic standpoint. So we look at our patients not just as, you have diabetes and high blood pressure, but you also have, issues with your housing and your food.
There are 16 health centers statewide that are waiting on this vote, and we'll update the story on Thursday when it happens. Reporting in Missoula, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News. Back to you.
All right, Augusta, thank you. Turning now to weather, we saw a little break from the rain and snow today before more showers move in tonight, and Arctic air is going to make a comeback for the second half of the week. For more, let's turn it over now to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost with that first forecast. Aaron.
Yeah, another one of those complex scenarios, much like we saw this past weekend for us in western Montana, expected on Thursday and Friday. Now, right now we are relatively quiet. A couple of scattered rain and snow showers have been felt out there today, as you can see from our First Security Bank iCam in Hamilton, and we will hold on to this potential overnight tonight into Wednesday. It's that Thursday, Friday time frame that has us kind of a little interested in see what's going to happen. Winter storm watches have been issued by the National Weather Service as we brace for the potential of significant blowing and drifting snow around the divide. We've got the full forecast update on the way.
The Missoula County Sheriff's Department says it was not arson that destroyed a popular restaurant west of Missoula last month. Under Sheriff Rich Marcelli tells us their investigation revealed no criminal conduct was involved in the fire that destroyed KJ's 9 Mile Roadhouse restaurant in December. The Missoula Sheriff's Office issued a search warrant to look at the cell phone records of the owners of the restaurant to investigate their possible involvement in the fire. But Marcelli tells KPAX-TV while officials have not pinpointed the cause, they have concluded this was not arson.
Granite County Commissioners are going to go ahead and hire some outside help to handle a prosecution of misdemeanor theft charges against Commissioner Scott Adler. Adler is facing 2 misdemeanor charges for using county equipment on his personal property last year. An investigation by the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation found Adler had used road equipment at his property ostensibly to test a certain grinding and milling procedure for asphalt. However, his fellow commissioners have disputed that they knew that was going on. Adler did reimburse the county for $1,400. Now, Adler's fellow commissioners have approved a resolution hiring a special deputy county attorney, which will represent the state in Adler's case, prosecuting the charges of official misconduct and theft by embezzlement. That assigns the case to counsel from the State Attorney General's office to prevent any conflict of interest with the Granite County Attorney's office. Adler will make his initial court appearance on those charges on February 15th. Another Republican who wants to try to unseat Democratic U.S. Senator Jon Tester officially becomes a candidate today, paying his filing fee at the Secretary of State's office. Former State District Judge Russell Fagg showed up in person at the Secretary's Capitol office, paid his $1,740 check to appear on the primary ballot in June. He's the 3rd Montana Republican to make that leap into the U.S. Senate race. As many as 5 or 6 candidates may be in that Republican primary, competing for the nomination to challenge Tester. Other candidates include Auditor Matt Rosendale, who has yet to officially file, and Big Sky businessman Troy Downing. Fagg told us shortly after he filed that he's telling his fellow Republicans he's the best bet to take on and defeat Senator Tester this fall. The deadline for filing is just 5 weeks away.
The Frenchtown community is coming together to support a beloved teacher who doctors recently diagnosed with cancer. This is a teacher who gives her heart and soul to her students, and now they're the ones who have her back. The water jug on the office counter at Frenchtown Elementary is filling up with spare change. Pennies for Paskey, bucks for Betty. Just a tiny piece of the fundraising effort to help 6th grade teacher Betty Paskey.
Betty's been here for 40 years, and I believe her husband, Rod, has been here for even more than that. But I don't think there's been anybody that's gone through Frenchtown school systems that hasn't been impacted by either Mr. or Mrs. Paskey.
It was in November when Betty and her husband, Rod, discovered Betty had brain cancer. She's undergoing her treatment now. Her classroom still bears her name, but she needs to concentrate on her recovery for now. But where she might not physically be in this classroom, she is the type of person who makes an indelible mark on students and her colleagues.
She really knows the students. She knows, she can tell you several facts about every single one of them. She is really something.
And at the end of the conversation, she always says, "Here we go." So I thought that was more than fitting, you know, to everybody. She'd always positive. Here we go. Gonna have a great day.
Betty's diagnosis was obviously shocking and upsetting to her colleagues and the students here at Frenchtown School, but it did not take long for this community to rally around this beloved teacher. Thursday night, the school is putting on a big fundraising carnival at the high school with silent and live auctions, games for the kids, lots of food, and a raffle. It's a small village that's coming together to help one of its own, and where the Paskeys are humbled by this outpouring of support, their friends, their town just can't do enough.
I mean, the school is the community of Frenchtown, so I think that is the battle cry.
So this Family Fun Carnival is this Thursday from 5 to 7:30 at Frenchtown High School. All the proceeds benefit Rod and Betty Paskey. Lots of great live and silent auction items, raffle, food, a lot of fun for the kids. I think they've got sides of beef and they've got a sewing machine. They've got lots of stuff there. So they're hoping people will show up and have fun and support.
Really nice to see everybody pull together to support an educator, especially that's put that much service in. All right, coming up after the break, a lot of snow and Arctic air in store for the rest of the week. Aaron has the latest on the winter storm watches posted for the area.
Plus, in our Montana Made series, learn how these sweet treats are created entirely by hand. Still ahead here on KPAX.